The sound of my 80-year-old son hitting the water is something I'll never unhear. Ezekiel couldn't swim, his cerebral palsy made that impossible. And Karen shoved his wheelchair straight into the deep end of our community pool. During a neighborhood barbecue, no less. But what Karen didn't know, and this is the part that still makes my blood run cold, is that in 4 minutes, federal agents were going to kick down her front door and uncover enough illegal explosives to level half the subdivision. Yeah, that happened. My name's Devin Ashford, and a few months back I thought I'd found the perfect place to raise my son, a quiet cul-de-sac in a town called Maplewood Estates. The brochure was all trees, clean sidewalks, kids on bikes, and happy dogs. The realtor practically sang praises about the HOA and its active oversight, like that was supposed to be a good thing. What she didn't mention was Karen Westbrook, queen of the cul-de-sac. Or maybe queen of the damned. Zeke, short for Ezekiel, has cerebral palsy. Can't walk, but don't let that fool you. Kid's brain moves faster than most people's mouths. He's got a thing for chemistry, talks about chemical reactions the way other kids talk about video games. Built his own electric wheelchair and named it Lightning. It's got Bluetooth and side LEDs and all. Every morning we did pool therapy together. It helped him move freely, gave him a taste of what other kids call normal. Honestly, the water was his happy place. I travel a lot for work. Told folks I was in quality control for industrial safety. Left it vague on purpose, couldn't afford for anyone to look too closely. Security clearance, lots of facility visits, weird hours. The truth, I'm federal law enforcement. That's all I'll say. My cover kept us safe. At least I thought it did. Karen lived on the corner lot, the one with manicured hedges and blackout curtains on every window. Picture perfect on the outside, like something out of a home and garden magazine, but off. Way off. She claimed she was obsessed with safety ever since her son drowned at a pool party 3 years ago. That's what she told everyone. It's why she got so deep into HOA politics. Said she wanted to protect families. Thing is, her eyes never matched the story. That smile of hers never made it past her teeth. From the jump, she had it out for us. First week, we get a citation on Zeke's wheelchair, said it damaged the sidewalks. $500 fine. I checked those sidewalks inch by inch. Nothing. Not a scratch. Rubber tires, professionally built chair. But logic wasn't the point. Power was. Second violation. Our removable wheelchair ramp. Said it broke architectural codes. Third, accused us of running an unlicensed medical facility because Zeke had in-home therapy. You know what I mean? It was insanity, stacked on harassment, stacked on lies. Then she started rumors. Said disabled kids, lower property values, told neighbors our pool therapy was contaminating the water. People started avoiding us. Some apologized quietly, but the damage was done. Zeke noticed. He asked why no one wanted to swim with him anymore. I couldn't bring myself to tell him the truth. One day I caught Karen on the phone through our open kitchen window. She thought she was alone. She wasn't. I heard her say the schedule needs to change, too much activity around the target area. We need to clean up the neighborhood permanently, starting with the obvious problem. Obvious problem. My son. Around that same time, I noticed strange visitors at her place, men in suits, always carrying matching silver briefcases. In and out in under 20 minutes. Chemical smells drifted out from her basement. Strong stuff, not paint. Solvents, acids, things I recognized from the field. I started putting the pieces together, and it scared me more than anything I'd faced on the job. Then came the barbecue. I almost didn't go, but Zeke was so excited to show off a new rocket prototype he'd built, complete with blueprints, chemical fuel designs, and the works. He lit up, showing the other kids how Newton's laws explained propulsion. He was just being a kid. Until Karen showed up. Twitchy on edge, chemical odor clinging to her sweater like it had been soaked in it. She started pacing near the pool pump shed, always watching Zeke. She had that clipboard again, always writing something down. At around 12:30, Zeke rolled over to retrieve a paper plane by the deep end. Karen made her move. Without warning, she stormed up behind him, and before I could react, she shoved Lightning wheelchair and all straight into the pool. Time froze. I screamed and ran. Zeke hit the water hard. Lightning shorted out instantly and tilted forward, trapping him underwater. His arms flailed, eyes wide, bubbles rising as he sank. I dove fully clothed, didn't even think, just acted. He was strapped in, panicking. I struggled with the harness underwater, fighting every second, every slippery buckle until finally I pulled him free and kicked to the surface. He coughed, gasped, whispered, "Dad, I couldn't breathe." I said, "You're safe now, buddy. I've got you." People pulled us out. Sirens wailed in the distance. Karen just stood there like she'd accomplished something. "Maybe now you'll follow the rules," she said coldly. That's when my phone rang. I answered without thinking. Agent Ashford came to the voice. "We've been monitoring the Westbrook residence. Are you and your son safe?" I froze. They knew who I was. Turns out Karen wasn't just HOA president. She was running an illegal explosives manufacturing operation out of her basement. ATF had been watching her for weeks. The attack on Zeke. Not random. She wanted us gone before we got too close to her operation. 4 minutes later, black SUVs rolled up. Tactical teams in full gear swept into the neighborhood. A bullhorn blared. "This is a federal operation. Please evacuate." Karen panicked, screamed at me. "You brought them here." Agent Mitchell, an old colleague of mine, confirmed everything. C4, nerve agents, trafficking links. This wasn't some quirky neighbor with boundary issues. She was a full-blown domestic terrorist. And then the basement raid uncovered something even worse. Karen's son Marcus was alive. She'd faked his death, sold him to traffickers, kept him hidden underground for years while she built bombs and ran safety campaigns. The kid was alive but traumatized. His rescue triggered nationwide arrests. 43 children freed, over 100 charged. Zeke recovered quickly, thank God. When I told him the truth that Karen had done it on purpose, he nodded and said, "She must have been really sad inside to do something that mean." I'll never understand how a child can hold that much grace. Karen went down hard. 47 federal charges, 4 life sentences, plus 200 years. During trial, Zeke testified via video, calm and clear. "I was scared when I couldn't breathe," he said, "but I'm not scared of her anymore." Karen's letter arrived months later, a real apology, no excuses. Zeke wrote back, "I forgive you, but you still need to make better choices. Marcus is part of our life now." The boys build rockets together. Real ones, winning national science fairs, designing gear to help other kids with disabilities. We renamed the pool Ezekiel's Victory Pool, added lifts, ramps, and murals painted by the kids. The neighborhood changed too. No more HOA dictators, just people looking out for each other. As for me, I left federal service. These days I advocate for accessibility laws and oversight on HOA abuse. Because sometimes the most important mission isn't classified, it's personal. Now I've got one question for you. Was Karen a villain or a victim of her own broken past? And what does real justice look like when the line between tragedy and evil blurs? Let me know what you think, because stories like this aren't just about one family, they're about all of us.